that work?
There you go. Okay, so hopefully whoever that was, if your TV is on or if you're talking, figure it out, man.
And I hope your house smells less like garbage. It's a really weird time to be alive, like I was saying. I was looking at my closet the other day, and I realized that I haven't worn my fancy shoes since February. That is so much money staring at me from the closet. I'd even settle for my middle cost shoes at this point. Like even my Converse are sad. Well, my running shoes haven't been touched since I bought them in 2016. So I've been having a hard time staying motivated. You know, I try and chug copious amounts of coffee, but no matter how much I drink, it doesn't work like cocaine. This never-ending quarantine is aging all of us at the rate of like 5 wine bottles a week. Like the stress is so much, my eyebrows have thinned that I'm now paying hundreds to grow back the hairs I overplucked in 2003. Oh, did you hear that the 3rd member out of the 5 members of One Direction announced he's going to be a dad? In a stand the last bit, it's millennial speak for I'm old now too. All us millennials are being kind of like cornered into TikTok during quarantine. But actually, it's not just the millennials. I found out today that Dame Judi Dench is on it. So like we're all onto something. I'm going to go find her doing cat dances on it. But I have to tell you my findings. It's funny, collaborative, goofy, informational, savage, ruthless. I'm really good at dancing now, guys.
But she's coming.
But ultimately, quarantine has been really fun because of all my new Zoom friends. I've met so many new people. But does anybody else wonder if you'll recognize your new Zoom friends out in the wild? You know, you could be at Trader Joe's reaching for the chicken and then be like, were you that person in the bottom left square on that birthday? Missed connection 2020. Oh, I had a spider the other day fly out of the toilet paper when I reached for a piece.
Oh. Nope.
That was my best audition for a horror film ever, and I'm so mad I don't have it. If I hadn't already, that little spider scared the shit out of me.
You were in the right place.
Exactly. I really was. Thank God. Speaking of God, I get a lot of joy clearing cobwebs of Catholic guilt from my childhood. I grew up in my dad's childhood home. And growing up in my dad's childhood home is interesting because where I went through my moody teens, he and his siblings went through their moody teens. So you talk about the ghosts of Christmas past, like you would try to sneak a boy into your house for some dry humping where your dad knows every creak in the floorboard. You're like, this way. Like, I'm sorry. You and Charlie, Andrew, Drew, Alex, Brian, Steve, Ryan, JT, Omar, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Chad are all going to get caught. Every time.
Definitely Chad.
Chad. Good old Chad. My dad always said I wasn't allowed to date until I was 31 and out of the nunnery. And here's the thing, like I believed him for a really long time because Tim Gorman knew people. 3 of his aunts were high up at the Nun Institute. It takes one call to the Catholic Mafia to get your daughter locked up in a convent.
Wow.
But it's always really helpful to talk that trauma out with my fancy shoes while I explain why they're not allowed out of the house anymore. Sorry, kids. Mama got yelled at for bringing Charlie and Chad home in 12th grade, and that's why the pandemic happened. Time to Zoom with Pastor Simon for forgiveness of my sins. A real time to be alive, y'all. I'm Megan Gorman. That's my time.
Guys, give it up right now for the very funny Megan Gorman.